Kamala Harris spent too much time listening to billionaires and not the working class.
Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovely.
I came across this video on my For You and I thought to share where this pan-colored man decided that he was going to blame the former VP of her losing the election. He stated that she spent so much time listening to billionaires and refused to listen to working class. And do you know what? Trust people that look like me. They responded in such a way that is so fulfilling. And the thing is that I was able to pull up some of those stitches, lovelies. I'm not going to roll the clip because they will never blame anything but to blame people that look like me. Please leave it in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes.
I just watched the clip of Bernard Sanders of South Brooklyn, who is now the senior senator of Vermont. He finally got a promotion. And here's what he had to say about the 2024 elections.
One of the reasons, in my view, that Kamala Harris lost this election is she had too many billionaires telling her not to speak up for the working class of this country.
Well, no, I don't think that's, I like Kamala, she's a friend of mine, but her core consultants, were heavily influenced by very wealthy people. How do you run for president and not develop a strong agenda?
So, I'm just going to be candid with this. Were there some things that the vice president could have done better with the campaign, her strategies in particular? Yeah. There were things that could have been done better. There could have been, more boots on the ground. But with 107 days, I think she did pretty well. Should people vote it the right way? Yeah, but that's a whole nother conversation. Back to Bernard. So the fact that Bernard went on his usual rant talking about people need to talk to the working class, talk to the working class folks of America. That, this is the reason why I don't trust gentrified. Oh, let me just say this. Plagiarist white progressives like Bernard Sanders, who be stealing people's deals, Medicare for All by John Conyers, stole that shit. Okay? He stole that shit. But I am so sick of this man. Every time you try to give him an incident of the benefit of a doubt, he do fuck shit like this. And so Kamala is a friend. If Kamala was your friend, Vice President Kamala Harris was your friend, you would have been saying the shit that you would said, and nobody would have clapped with the shit that you said about her. And those people that clapped behind you, they probably voted for that bum or didn't fucking vote at all. So now they suffering and think that you're going to be the voice of reason. Bernard, you need to sit the fuck down. You need to sit the fuck down. This should be your last hurrah. You're almost 85 years old. I don't even understand, why are you the political voice of reason? So therefore, you need to sit the fuck down and be quiet and go somewhere and have some milk and cookies.
Bernie Sanders, I have a question. How does it taste having Kamala Harris's name in your mouth every 5 minutes? Because you just won't let it go. You just won't stop. What did this black woman do to you? And my other question is, what policy was Kamala Harris running off of that wouldn't have helped the working class? Was it the $25,000 down payment assistance to your first time home? Was it the rent control? My question is, was it the child tax credit, paid family leave? Was it the fact that she was going to give forgivable loans to small time businesses? My question is those things. Is it the fact that she was going to open up federal workforce for people who don't have college degrees to be able to get a federal job? Is that the question? They might have the skill set, but don't have the paper to back it, but they have the skill to do it. Is that not progressive? Is that the working class? Is that not what question is that? Or is it the fact that she didn't center around white men and white patriarchy and appeal to white people to make them feel better about themselves? Is it those things that Kamala Harris didn't do that you wanted her to do? Because it's interesting enough that you will sit here and say that she didn't run off of progressive policies, but on the campaign trail, you said that she had a very progressive platform. So which one is it? Were you lying then or are you lying now?
I look forward to working with Kamala and Tim to pass this agenda.
So are you authentic that everybody claims that you are, or were you lying continuously just to say whatever is popular at that motherfucking moment? Just like right now, you think it's popular to beat down this black woman who actually ran a very progressive platform in less than 107 days.
Donald Trump and Bernard Sanders are about the same. They're the same person, just different sides of the same coin. They represent two different threads of patriarchal, racist, older white men, right? That the ages, they are about the same age. Born during segregation, Jim Crow, raised in a very outwardly racist society. And Donald Trump, I'm a writer, so as a character, Donald Trump's character arc, it doesn't change. He was born racist. His daddy was a Klansman. He was racist when he was a landlord. He was racist when he wanted the Central Park innocent men to be put to death. He was racist through all that. He has never changed. He has never changed. He's a boring character as a character arc because he is just your prototypical, troped up villain with nothing to offer. He's just there to be a villain for no other reason. He accomplishes nothing. And he has one specific target, and we'll get back to that. Bernard Sanders, about the same age, raised in the same society, has no notable accomplishments at all. None at all. Look on the record, he has no notable accomplishments, no gigantic victories, nothing, nothing, nothing. And he also hates black women. And so what he covers his in is, well, I'm going to be a populist from the left and say all these things should be socialism and we shouldn't have billionaires. He used to say millionaires until he became one. We shouldn't have billionaires. All this stuff should be done away. And then I will not do anything to make sure any of those things happen. And in fact, I will be a roadblock to those things happening so I can continue to spew the same things. And the thing they have in common, besides hating black women, is that they appeal to angry white men. Bernard Sanders just happens to appeal to younger angry white men, and his older angry white men are more intellectually angry, but they're just still angry. While Donald Trump's, his angry white men base, they make no pretensions about, they're just angry white men. That's all it is. And each of them, their number one target is black women. Bernard Sanders got on that stage during Kamala's 107-day campaign and said, I support Kamala's policies. I'm going to work to get her elected. I agree. We're going to do these things. And Kamala. And now, 8 months later, since the inauguration anyway, he's on stage and on TV saying, she didn't talk to the working class. She didn't do this. She didn't do this. Man, shut up. Shut up. If you want to see a white man with a good character arc, born at the same time, Joseph Biden. That's a good white man. Same birth time, and he was able to somehow turn his being born in segregation and a racist society into figuring out how to work with black people and understand black people, and specifically how to be second to black people. He was number 2 to Barack Obama for 8 years. They fought, they argued, they didn't agree on everything, right? But he never tried to usurp his authority. They did what should be done in an Oval Office. You have to have different points of view and critical analysis in an environment where people can disagree in a safe space. And he did that. And then he turned around and selected Kamala Harris. And do you know what a big deal that was? Because there was Bernard Sanders, there was Elizabeth Warren, and Elizabeth Warren had a lot of those people online, including black women for Warren. Remember that? And remember, a lot of people were saying online, this is not an endorsement of Kamala Harris, but I like what she's saying. Remember all that stuff? And there was a lot of people telling him, pick Liz, pick Liz, pick Liz. He went down to South Carolina, and Rep. Clyburn said, man, let me tell you something. If you want to win, you pick her. Biden picked her, his funding skyrocketed, and then they went on to become the presidential team. That's a character arc. So Bernard, Trump, typical, right? They don't have an arc. They're a straight line boring nothingness. They are who they were when they were born, and they dislike who they disliked when they were born. Trump dislikes everybody, but particularly hates black women. Bernard Sanders hates everybody, but he particularly hates black women. They have that in common. So let me tell you something. While he's on his little tour talking all this mess about Kamala Harris right now, and a few months ago he was touting her plans to help new home buyers, to work with unions, to work on manufacturing, to do all these things that help the working class. And now Bernard Sanders saying she didn't do anything for him. I got something for you, Bernard Sanders. Shut the
Bernie Sanders is white mediocrity personified. This man doesn't accomplish anything, and it makes sense why leftists love him. All he talks is theory and hates on black people. We hear all the time that politicians don't accomplish anything, but you don't hear that for Bernie Sanders. And why isn't that? He hasn't accomplished anything. White mediocrity personified. Then we hear all of these politicians are way too old, but also in the same breath, Bernie Sanders, who's going to turn 84 in a month, is being told he should run in 2028. So we don't want old people, but if it's Bernie Sanders, it's okay. White mediocrity personified. And then people want to act like the primaries against Bernie Sanders was rigged, and in reality, he has an issue reaching out to black people and minorities. But because they want to put this man on a pedestal, they find excuses. White mediocrity personified. Then Bernie Sanders goes and talks to a bunch of rich white people at Coachella. Any other politician would have done that. He would have been scrutinized. Why are you catering to the rich and them? They don't matter. You need to cater to us. But because it was Bernie, they were like, oh my God, he is so smart. He is thinking out of the box. This is what politicians need to do. White mediocrity personified. So I'm just personally confused on why this old white man who has accomplished nothing has been put on this high pedestal. And we all know why. White mediocrity personified.
He still need to go sit his old 106-year-old ass down. Him and baby J-Lo.
I already told y'all about this man. I said it. I'm starting to think Bernie Sanders want to taste Kamala Coochie. Bernie want to taste. What else could it be? Man and his family is so rich. Him and his wife know how to, well, anyway, Bernie got a lot of money. Bernie also flies private jets. But this lady is the problem. Bernie fly private now. He's a racist piece of shit. I have said this and said this and said this and said this about this man. Honestly, man with the dead hand is not the only old white man that's conned in this country. Bernie is right there with him. I tell you, to see Bernie Sanders get cooked today was the best thing, other than the man with the dead hand getting out of here, to happen to me today. To see him get cooked, I love it. To see him, who's in the fucking 1% himself, be exposed for being a fucking con artist. It's amazing. I tell you, discernment is key. It really is. Y'all got played. He helped y'all split that vote. And now look at you. Project 2025 all up and through the bitch.
Kamala Harris spent too much time listening to billionaires and not the working class is such a profoundly stupid statement, Bernard. Because Trump is a billionaire, you dumb fuck. Trump is a billionaire who had all of his technocrat, oligarch, billionaire buddies at his fucking inauguration. He put the richest man in the world, a multi-billionaire, in an unelected government position to fuck up the government. Your whole thing is the fighting oligarchy tour, and we have a literal oligarchy on full display in power right now, and they're not fucking Democrats. It's not Kamala Harris. So how the fuck do you still have energy 8 months into that administration's power to say that Kamala lost because she listened too much to billionaires and not the working class? If Kamala lost because she didn't listen to the working class, then how the fuck did Trump win? How the fuck did Trump win when he did not run for the working class? He did it. He ran on racism. He ran on misogyny. He ran on bigotry and hatred, and that won. But 8 months into his presidency, where he is trying to put Washington, D.C. under martial law, where he is deporting people in mass, where he is shredding the Constitution and wiping it with his ass like toilet paper, you want to say that Kamala Harris listened to billionaires more. Shut your bitch ass up, Bernard. Bernie's talking shit about Kamala Harris because he's trying to win back over the leftists. But here's the catch. Gen Z leftists are built different, and they're specifically built different because of you, Bernard, and your fucking Bernie bros. Gen Z leftists don't know a time before Trump. Gen Z leftists don't know a time before all of these fucking incel Gamergate bitches who talk about socialism dominated online politics and have just been pounding into them anti-democratic rhetoric from a left-leaning stance for a decade. Like, you unleashed a destructive force as revenge for the Democratic Party not just like handing you all of their resources during the fucking primary. And you thought continuing to keep them as a destructive force, specifically to keep women out of the presidency, was just going to be like a horde of loyal followers that you could just turn on for votes. And that's why you and all of the millennial Bernie bro fucking political commentator assholes on the internet are fucking idiot losers. Your voting block is a community, and you need that community as big as fucking possible to fucking win. Instead, you've built your entire platform, and so have your fucking sycophants, on being exclusionary and specifically alienating and deriding and tearing down the only people on the political spectrum that are on your side and have any fucking institutional power. It's so stupid. It's like the stupidest fucking plan ever. And you've just like built your ties and your coalitions with people who seriously do not fuck with the Democratic Party or electoral politics. And like, that's how you've eaten away at the Democratic Party, is by convincing actual Democrats who actually want to like progress the party and move things forward that they are in community with people who literally say their number one priority is destroying the Democratic Party. That's nasty fucking work. And it's either deliberate or it's just like the worst piss poor political strategy I've ever seen in my fucking life. Either way, you've made things monumentally worse. And the only reason you don't get as much shit as Jill Stein does is because of your penis.
This type of people, we already know people like this. Bernard, whatever his name is. They will never blame anyone, but blame people that looks like me. They would rather not to blame themselves, their incompetence, and all of that. They will choose to rather blame someone that looks like me, most especially if you're somebody of a color, or if you're a black woman. If you're 92%, they will look for ways to blame you. There are a lot of things going on. Things are going so wrong. Farmers don't even have anyone to pick their crops anymore. There are military men being deployed in DC, right? Martial law is on its way to get activated. There are people in Alcatraz, El Salvador. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. I am very open to correction. But this man chose to look for Kamala Harris to blame for whatsoever thing that is going on. Blaming her for listening to a billionaire, even though the present person right now is a billionaire. Like, what kind of hypocrisy is this? Like, these guys will see the truth in front of them, but they will leave the hypocrisy. They will just let the hypocrisy to take hold of them. You are blaming her of listening to billionaire, of not listening to working class. Like, this woman practically told everybody that cares to listen what was going to happen if they voted the way at which they voted, and which is now happening. Like, what else do you want her to do? There is an interview that went on, I think, I can't remember, but I stitched the video. She was interviewed and she was asked, how come she saw what was going to happen? How come she was warning people of what is happening right now? Is it that she knew? How did she actually knew that all of this thing that is happening right now was going to happen? And will she come out to tell people that I told you so? What you said that she's not telling anyone that I told you so, but she's so shocked to the fact that people are enabling it. She never knew that people were going to enable it. This woman, on all of her campaign, she have told everybody, oh my God, if you do this, this is going to happen. If you do this, that is going to happen. This man does not care about you. This man is a selfish person. This person's cared about billionaires. Like, she practically told everything that is happening right about now. What else do you want this woman to do to unalive herself for you to actually listen to her? She practically told everybody. But do you know the people that listened to what she was saying? The people that took her seriously? The people that took her serious was people that looks like me. 92% and 80% took her seriously, listened to her, did the right thing. But there are so many people who care less. They don't want to listen to her. How dare they listen to a woman? You know, women like, some people are forgetting something. Women being a leader, I think, is something that needs to be tried. Because personally, I believe that a woman knows, what his or her children needs. If a woman is capable of raising a man and a woman, even if it's not 100%, at least, there are 70% of women who raised responsible men and responsible women. So many high-profile men we have today and women we have today was raised by a woman. A woman is the reason why the world is populated today. Oh, first human come from a woman. Like, a woman is the first person in this planet Earth. You can just go and argue it. So what makes you think that a woman cannot fix an economy? Because she understands. She understands everything. If a woman can raise human being from 0 to 9 months, from 9 months to when the person becomes an adult, what makes you think that this person will not do something incredibly smart? But no, there are some misogynist kind of people that doesn't even believe in a woman capability. And coupled with Ray and Cis and HAT for black women. That is why everyone is in this state right now. And now he's out here blaming Kamala Harris, former VP. Anyway, I like the fact that even if he's seen his interview, he's actually seen the stitches. The stitches is going to tell him otherwise. Why not just let me your thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We just here for educational and informative purposes. So please, if you're not subscribed, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you love this when I upload the next one.
To click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you love this when I upload